Hello everyone, it's just me, the captain. Got the all-weather hat on. It's cold. The weather's terrible. The wind last night, well, nothing like Storm Arwen. Anyway, episode of more cars. I've got Wonder Woman's Qashqai back. She has an airbag warning light issue. We're going to replace the steering wheel squib. And this is how we're going to do it. So enjoy the video. I haven't posted in a while. But yeah, very cold. So a cup of teas will be involved. Right, so stage one of working on the car is to disconnect the battery. We are working with airbags. And then wait 10 minutes for the circuit to discharge. While it's discharging, I'm going for my first cup of tea. Or at this rate, it's going to be Bovril with a load of rum in it. It is that cold. Situation update. No Bovril. Hot coffee and rum though. Good substitute. Anyway, back to the car. Right, so here I am in the command centre of the Nissan Qashqai. Seems functional enough. So the squib sits behind the airbag, and what the squib does is it basically allows the rotary movement of the steering wheel to connect to the various buttons here and the airbag. Now the airbag has failed, although these buttons still work. It's quite a common fault with these, from what I understand, that the squib behind here goes and you lose control of the airbag and various buttons. On my car, I did actually lose the buttons, not the airbag. It's the other way around on this car. So the first step is to remove the airbag. So how we do that is with one of these. So behind here, on each side, there's a small hole, and you press some clips in, and the whole airbag pops off. I shall quickly do that now. Right, so sprung off the airbag. Here we go. This is the squib. Now to get to it, we have to unplug everything, hence that's why we have to disconnect the power, because of the airbag there. Undo that, pull the whole steering wheel assembly off, and then we can get to the squib. Here we go. Getting a steering wheel off that's been on probably since it's left the factory is always going to be a bit of a mission, but I'm sure my Thor-like muscles will be able to cope with it. So I'm going to disconnect the airbag now and associate wiring, and then we'll start to disconnect the main bolt here holding the wheel in place. Bit of a top tip for you: when you're releasing it, put the steering lock on, just because that's a bit of extra purchase to get this bolt undone if it's quite sticky. There we have it, one steering wheel removal. Now we can get to the guts of this. So this is the squib here. So as you can see, rotary. Oh, it's got some serious play in it. There's the proper problem. So we've got the new one here. Just check it's the right one. Yep, that looks good. So we have to take the cowling off now, round here, to remove this. So pretty simple. There's a couple of Phillips screws under here. We remove all those and we drop this down. Okay, so took the screws out, open the cowling. The next stage is to take these off. Take the switches out. There we go, there's one. Put my hand in there. Unclip. There's number two. That's still hanging on to another cable at the back. We'll see if we can work around that. If not, I'd have to unplug it there. Right, so I've just moved that out of the way. Should get away with it. So now we're going to get to the faulty part itself. Now, we got a couple of Phillips screws there and there. We shall undo those next. Right, so that's all undone. Out it comes. There we go. So we've got some wires at the back to unclip, just down there, and we can start fitting the new one. Right, so it's all unplugged. So this one, got some play in it. This one, still got a little bit of play, but doesn't have that huge rattle in it. So it's a good bet that this is the problem. So we're going to start retrofitting this back in now. Whoops, nobody saw that. And sticking it all back together. So to refit is exactly the reverse. I'm not going to show you. And then we'll see what happens with the warning lights on the dashboard. I have a feeling it will still be there because you do need a computer to reset it, which I'm going to do later tonight when I have access to one. But in some cases, the car will sense that it's fixed and override its own safety code. So we shall put it back together and see what happens. Just before I do that, more rum. Oh, I don't like the cold. I'm a Caribbean pilot. So we're almost back. Please note, see that line there, it's got to match up to that line of the steering wheel. Otherwise you have a cockeyed steering wheel. Just thought I'd shove that in there. Right, we put the bolt back on, torque it up, put the airbag in, see what happens. And that's it. Put the battery back on, see what happens. Okay, car started up fine. We still have the airbag warning light, so I'll take it in to have it the module quickly reset, and we're good to go. Oh, it's ejected a CD out when I powered it in. What have we got here? Oh dear, there's no taste for Wonder Woman these days. Put that back in there. We don't want to see that. Yeah, so this concludes this part. I shall give you an update later. So popped into work, used their scanner, and as you can see, no airbag warning lights. The job is a good one. And it's very cold, it's very dark, so I'll bid everyone adieu and a pleasant evening. Be good, be safe. Captain out.